Thank you for staying with God. There are so few of us. Please subscribe and listen until the end.
My beloved child, I see your heart. I see the prayers you've prayed, the words you've whispered, the hopes and dreams you've laid before me. I know that there are moments when it feels as though your prayers have gone unanswered, when you've asked and sought and knocked but heard nothing in return. But I want you to hear me now. I am not silent, and I am not distant, even when it seems like there's no answer. I am already working behind the scenes on your behalf. You may not see it yet, but trust me when I say, I am the God who never slumbers nor sleeps. I'm always moving, always working, always orchestrating every detail of your life according to my perfect will. Just because you don't see the immediate result doesn't mean I haven't already set things in motion. Faith is trusting me even when you don't see the full picture, believing that I am faithful and that I am working for your good, even in the silence. I know the waiting can be difficult. I know the uncertainty can weigh heavily on your heart. But remember this, delays are not denials. The timing of my answers may not always align with your expectations, but I am never late. I am always on time. There are things I am doing in the background, things you cannot yet see, but that are essential to the fulfillment of your prayers. I am aligning circumstances, moving people, and preparing the way for the perfect moment when my answer will come. You've been praying, and it feels like heaven is quiet. But I tell you this, heaven is not ignoring you, heaven is working for you. Every prayer you've prayed has been heard, and I am actively involved in bringing about my plans for you. Sometimes the answer is immediate, and other times it requires a process, a journey of faith where I am working things out in ways that go far beyond your understanding. Trust in me, for I am faithful to finish what I have begun in your life. You are not forgotten, and your prayers are not unheard. You see, there is a timing to everything. What feels like silence is often my preparation for something greater than you expected. I am aligning the pieces, preparing the circumstances, and working out the details in ways you cannot yet comprehend. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean I'm not working. Consider this, my child, I am a God of perfect timing. I know exactly when to bring the answer you need, and I am preparing not just the answer, but also your heart, your life, and everything around you to receive it. Sometimes, the waiting is not about the answer itself, but about the preparation that happens in your heart as you trust me in the process. I am not only concerned with answering your prayers, I am concerned with shaping you into the person I've called you to be. You've asked, God, why haven't you answered me yet? But I want you to know, I have heard you, and I am moving, even now. Sometimes, my answer is wait, because there are things being worked out behind the scenes that are necessary for the fullness of my plans to come to pass in your life. I am preparing a greater answer than you imagined, and the waiting is a crucial part of that process. Do not lose heart, my beloved. The prayers you've prayed in faith have not been wasted. The tears you've shed, the hopes you've held on to, the nights you've cried out to me, none of it has gone unnoticed. I am holding you, even now, in the palm of my hand, and I am working on your behalf. You may feel like nothing is happening, but I am the God who never stops working. Even in the silence, I am speaking, I am moving, and I am working to bring about my perfect will in your life. Remember this, my ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are higher than your thoughts. I see what you cannot see, and I am orchestrating the details of your life in ways that will bring you into alignment with my perfect plan. The waiting is not meant to discourage you, it is meant to build your faith. It is meant to strengthen your trust in me, to teach you to lean not on your own understanding, but to rely on my wisdom and my timing. I know how hard it is to wait. I know how discouraging it can be when it feels like nothing is changing. But I am asking you to hold on to this truth. I am working, even when you don't see it. I am moving, even when it feels like things are standing still. The prayers you've prayed have been heard, and I am bringing about the answer in the right time and in the right way. Faith is not about getting what you want when you want it. Faith is about trusting that I know what's best for you, and I will bring it to pass in my perfect timing. You may feel like you're waiting in the dark, but I am the light that is guiding you. I am already working behind the scenes, aligning the pieces, and bringing you into the place where my promises will be fulfilled. Do you remember the times in your life when you thought I wasn't listening? But then, at just the right moment, everything changed. I am the same God now as I was then. I have not changed, and my love for you has not diminished. I am still working, still moving, still orchestrating your life according to my perfect plan. The moments of silence are not a sign that I am absent, they are a reminder that I am working in ways that go beyond what you can see. The answer is already on its way. The breakthrough you've been praying for is coming, but it's coming in my timing, not yours. And when it comes, you will see that the waiting was not in vain. You will see that every moment of waiting was a step towards something greater than you could have imagined. I am the God of abundance, and I am preparing something abundant for you. You've been praying, and it feels like there's no answer. But trust me, the answer is already in motion. The solution is already unfolding. I am working, even when you don't see it. The delay is not a denial, it's a part of my perfect plan to bring you into something greater, something that will exceed your expectations. I'm not just answering your prayers, I am exceeding them. Hold on, my child. Do not give up hope, for I am the God of hope, and I am already working on your behalf. I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the desert. I am turning what seems impossible into possible, and I am aligning circumstances in your favor, even now. The answer is coming, trust me. It's already on the way. My beloved child, I know the depth of your longing, the weight of your prayers, and the hope that you carry in your heart. You've cried out to me. You've laid your heart bare before me, and still, it feels like the heavens are silent. But I want to remind you of this eternal truth. I am not silent, and I am not still. Even in the quietest moments, I am moving. Even when it seems like nothing is happening, I am orchestrating a masterpiece that will bring you into the fullness of my plans. You may not hear the answer right now, but trust me, I am already working behind the scenes, aligning the details of your life in ways you cannot yet see. The silence is not a sign of my absence, but a testament to my precision. I am working in ways that are beyond your comprehension, weaving together every detail to bring about the answer you seek. Every prayer you've prayed is like a seed planted in the ground. For a time, it may seem as though nothing is happening, but beneath the surface, I am causing growth. I am bringing life. The roots are spreading deep, and soon, the fruits of your prayers will break through the surface. The harvest is coming. Do not be discouraged by what you cannot see, for I am the God who works in the unseen places. You've asked, why does it feel like nothing is changing, God? Why can't I see you moving? But I want you to remember this. My timing is perfect. What you perceive as delay is often my protection, my preparation, and my precision. I am preparing the answer to your prayers in a way that will bring you into a deeper understanding of my love and my plans for you. You see the present, but I see the end from the beginning. What if the very thing you are praying for is not being delayed, but is being prepared in a way that will exceed your wildest dreams? What if I am not just answering your prayer, but I am setting the stage for a breakthrough that will change everything? What feels like a delay is often my process of aligning everything perfectly. I do not rush my work, but neither am I slow to fulfill my promises. Every moment of waiting is a part of my divine strategy. Consider this. I am the God who parted the Red Sea, who moved mountains, who raised the dead. There is nothing too hard for me. Your prayers are not too big, and your requests are not too small. I hear you, and I am already responding. But sometimes, the answer requires a process of aligning hearts, circumstances, and timing in ways that bring the greatest good and the most glory. I am the God of perfect timing, and I am never too early, never too late, always right on time. You feel like there's no answer, but I want you to know, the answer is already on its way. I am working behind the scenes, putting together the pieces of the puzzle that you cannot yet see. Just because you don't see the whole picture yet doesn't mean I am not working. The waiting is a part of the process, and in the waiting, I am building your faith, strengthening your trust, and preparing you for what is to come. Do you remember the story of Joseph? He was given a dream, a vision of his future, but it took years for that dream to come to pass. During those years, it seemed as though nothing was happening. In fact, it seemed like everything was going wrong. But during that time, I was preparing him for the very position I had promised. What seemed like delay was actually preparation for his destiny. And in the same way, I am preparing you for the answer to your prayers. I am building in you the character, the strength, and the faith that will be required when the answer comes. You may feel like you're stuck in the middle of the process, but I want you to understand, the process is just as important as the promise. I am not just concerned with giving you what you've asked for, I am concerned with transforming you into the person I've created you to be. Sometimes, the greatest answers to prayer are not in the things I give you, but in the person I shape you to become through the waiting. Do not grow weary in the waiting, my child. I am already working. I have not forgotten you, and I have not overlooked your prayers. Your tears have been collected, your words have been heard, and I am moving on your behalf. You are not praying into the void. Heaven has already responded, and the answer is unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. The answer may not come in the way you expect, but it will come in the way that is best. I am the God who knows the desires of your heart, and I am also the God who knows what you need even before you ask. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when you don't understand the process. Sometimes, my greatest work happens in the waiting. It is in the waiting that I deepen your trust, that I build your faith, that I refine your heart. It is in the waiting that I prepare you to receive the fullness of my blessings. You may not understand it now, but one day, you will look back and see that every moment of waiting was a step towards something greater than you could have imagined. You will see that the waiting was not wasted, that the silence was not my absence, but my preparation for the breakthrough that was coming. I am working behind the scenes, moving mountains, preparing hearts, and aligning circumstances in ways you cannot see. Do not lose hope, for I am the God of hope. Do not lose heart, for I am the God who strengthens you in the waiting. Your prayers are not in vain. I am listening, I am moving, and I am working, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Hold on, my child. The answer is coming, and it will come in my perfect timing. It will come in a way that will leave you in awe of my goodness and my faithfulness. I am already working, and the breakthrough is on its way. Do not let the silence discourage you. Do not let the waiting make you think I am not working. I am the God who never stops moving, who never stops working, who never stops fulfilling my promises. Your prayers have been heard, and I am bringing about the answer in ways that are beyond your understanding. I am working behind the scenes, and soon, you will see the fruit of the prayers you've been sowing. Soon, you will see the answer that has been in motion all along. Hold on to my promises, for they are true and they will not fail. I am the God of the unseen, and I am working even when you cannot see it.
Thank you. I recommend watching the powerful video on the right.